it.
Yep.
You want to come around to the front here.
Yep.
You have lights up underneath here.
Right.
These lights are indicator lights. So you have a blue light, you have a green light, and you have a red light up underneath in between.
Okay.
So the blue light is a communications light. That's going to be a solid green when the communication and the server's up and running, able to communicate information down to the app. The green light is the most important light. We want that to be a solid green light. That means you're producing, productivity.
Right.
Every once in a while, the blue light may go down on cloudy days. That's the server. That's fine. But the green light is the one that we want to see solid on a daily basis.
Okay.
If you ever to see a red light like we see right here before we're actually activating and pairing and doing all that stuff, that's your cue to call into SolarBear. So we want to make sure you have SolarBear's phone number saved into your contacts.
Right.
Just in case you ever see that red light, call in, they look into it remotely, see what's going on, and then if you ever need anything, like service ticket opened up to get somebody on site, that's the way that will happen. So make sure that you have our phone number saved into your phone, just in case you do need that. All right, now we're going to do the setup, and this will take 10 to 15 minutes, I believe, if it is starting from scratch. Right now, we log into the inverter, so I go on, and you never have to really do this. This is on my side, the tech work, but we're going to log into it, connect to the signal, and it's going to show the live information on this, and this is how you basically do the software upgrades, firmware upgrades, all the different stuff that needs to be done in order for it to produce. Like I said, it's a computer. It's a smart computer, basically, is what it's doing. It's taking that energy from DC, converting it to AC, all in this little box. And then it's showing you exactly what's going on the digital app because the network is up and running. So we'll get the solid blue light, solid green light is typically what you want to see on a daily basis.
Just blinking.
Right now it's going to blink because it's going to be going through all the setup process right here. So by the time I leave, we want a solid blue and a solid green.
Okay, if you're waiting for that, can I ask a question about
of course.
The meter, the guy from the power company said that these bars should be, when it's producing, should be going that way?
Yeah, you want to go to I believe and all of them are different, so it's hard for me to say.
Because
every power company is different, but essentially, the clicking of the bars is going to show you which way that it's going. One goes to the grid, and then one that's clicked in, they'll go to the opposite way, and that's when you're actually sending, producing electricity from the solar.
I haven't seen it go the other way yet.
Yeah, when it's blinking.
When it was solid, I haven't seen it go to the left. But it's always going out to the street,
Yeah, you haven't produced yet.
Oh, okay. So nothing at all.
Nothing at all, because this green light was always blinking. It's trying to pair itself because this firmware upgrade came out. It needs to be done first.
So no power has gone to the power company yet?
You haven't been turned on yet. This is turning it on right here, right now. So today will be the first day. Yeah, exactly.
I've never seen anything going the other way.
Exactly.
I mean, the guy said it should, when you're getting stuff from, I thought he said from the power company it was going to go this way, but like I said, it's always...
I believe it's the opposite.
It's the opposite way.
Yeah, whatever you've been seeing now should be what just working.
Yeah, because
with the electric company.
302, okay.
The other way
that's from the street then, in other words, when it's blinking that way. And then the other way is when we're producing enough.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then how was the installation for you guys? Were you guys
it was great. It was great. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Good.
Definitely.
And anything that they could do to improve, anything like that, as far as cleanup or communication?
No, it was great. It was great. Your company was great coming out. The only thing I could say is they said they were going to have a engineer come out and look, because they had to change things around because of there's dormers in the front. They were going to put them on the front, but there's no way, because
exactly where the permit
said,
and they had to revise.
And then not just that, inside they didn't come in. You guys had to change out the
electric panel,
to a 200 amp, and because it was
what was it previously? It was a 150.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So they said it had to be.
There's a line right there, like on the salesman side. This is something also they try to train them on, but sales guys are sales guys.
But I know your engineers are subcontracted out too.
Exactly, and that's what it is. So the engineers, but there's also something they're putting into play called an entrance survey now. So the engineer will still build, and design all the system and all that stuff, but a little bit more information will be given to the engineer. Say a tree was there, say the ventilation of your roof, a panel couldn't go there. Because typically what they do, they see it from a satellite.
They wanted this to be, well, one guy came out and said this should be 3 feet. They need room or whatever.
Yeah, they need
space. So I just cut that down
code,
or whatever.
Permit, all that kind of stuff. And overall what they're doing is just saying, hey, if we need to come out here, we don't want stuff in our way. Some of them are a pain in the butt, some of them are pretty cool, but overall they're just basically saying, hey, we need to get to this stuff. We don't want, trees, different things in a way. So
I know what you're saying,
and then the app is going to go onto your phone, correct?
Okay, yeah, I do have the app
already loaded. You downloaded the app?
Yeah,
okay, perfect. Let's make sure it's the right one.
Okay.
The monitor.
Wait. Let me just... Yeah. Now, does this thing also have to connect with our internet at the house?
No, it's a GSM SIM card. So GSM SIM card is in your phone. So the network is whatever. This has its own network. It's not going to connect to your Wi-Fi.
So it's
phone signal.
Oh, okay.
So you can check that from anywhere in the world. You'll be able to log into this inverter and see exactly what's going on.
Okay. Oh, and I assume that you... Now it's recording.
Cool.
Okay.
So basically on the app, now that you're... there you go. So you got the current power of the inverter. Like I said, it'll take a little bit of time for the information to come down. So you're going to see more information pop down below here.
Okay, this is 11.7 kilowatt. I mean, that's the size of the system. Okay, yep.
And then they'll show you the weather in case you're anywhere else. You see what the weather is here, where your location is.
Right.
Then you'll have the current power of what the inverter is. Today, what you produced. This month, what you produced. Over the lifetime, it's going to keep track, even if over years. So you'll have all that information right here on your fingertips.
Really? You can do that. Look at it.
And then the CO2 emission saved, that's kind of just fun facts. And then when you click the squares up here, these are all your panels that are up on top of the roof.
Oh, and it'll tell me if they're good or not.
And they'll be able to, so you're going to see numbers on top of all these panels here once it syncs up here, once we're done with this part. This is going to be the information for each individual panel. So in case you ever were to call in, or we were to call into Solar Edge and say, hey, we want to look into this panel, make sure it's working the way that's supposed to be working, producing the right amount. They're going to go into this, they're going to click on a panel, and then you're going to have a bunch of information down here at the bottom that shows you the wattage, the voltage, the amperage, power optimizer, a bunch of stuff doesn't mean much to us, but to them, the techs will be able to look into it and tell us, okay, hey, that needs to be swapped out for a warranty, or it needs to be checked out. And this is how we look into things remotely. Those are all panels, so each individual panel you can click on, and then this inverter is going to be green after it syncs. You click on the inverter and also hit general, and you'll be able to see all the information on what's going on with the inverter,
what it's producing,
how phase measurements. It has a bunch of numbers and all kinds of different things in there. But overall, you're kind of looking on a daily basis just to see that you are producing, showing numbers.
And where will that show?
It's going to show right here today. This month, lifetime, and then below it is also going to pop up a graph with a timeline. Like it'll say this date. And then it'll give you, 7 a.m. It's going to show a spike, and then it'll show you what happens throughout the day. And then when it stops producing, it shows that it's a graph basically. And I'll show you what that looks like if it doesn't pop up by the time we get done.
How many these are watt hours or whatever? How many watt hours do you think a system like this should produce?
So an 11.7 kilowatt, so for instance, I have an 8.4 kilowatt system. Yesterday on my panel, each individual panel produced about 1.2 kilowatt hours. A kilowatt hour is 1,000 watt hours. So just so you know that side of it. And then I have 28 panels. So I produced just over 30 kilowatt hours yesterday with an 8.4 kilowatt system, and it wasn't a crazy sunny in the morning, anything like. These are the shortest days. So as the days get a little bit longer, they'll actually change. So not any specific day you're supposed to have this what you're producing. It's more over the timeline from January to December. We are going to produce this many thousand kilowatt hours, and it should be more just above what you have.
Summer.
Exactly. So you're building up a credit bank. January, February, March, April, May, typically. And then you're going to use that credit bank. In the summertime when you use more electricity than what the solar is actually producing.
got more things running. Yep.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
With Lacucci buys it back from you at the end of the year if there is anything left in there.
Yep.
So they'll buy it back, or they can roll over credit into the next billing cycle to take care of your customer service charge, because that's typically the only thing you're going to expect from with Lacucci is that customer service charge.
Yeah, yeah.
And they'll see on your bill, you'll see this is a Duke bill, but this is mine. Like they have the current received, the previous received, the difference, and then they're going to show the kilowatt hour received, and this is your credit bank essentially.
Oh, okay.
So then that's what you can pull from once that starts being
built
and then you can pull from that in the summertime instead of buy kilowatt hours from the grid.
Right.
So yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah, yeah.
As far as
that is cool.
all the information, it's really at your fingertips. You know, as much information as you could possibly want.
Right.
Online, if you ever go to Solar Edge, they got YouTube videos on there, tutorial video. I mean, if you ever wanted to go putz around online, they got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I was already, but I said, geez, with the SIM card, and I had it here. I said, I don't want to screw around.
And
I don't want to open this yet.
Let us get that work. Opening it up and things. If you ever, I mean, I would typically leave that to Solar Bear, the text. If you ever are, you know, we want to make sure power is turned off to this thing because you got producing energy up there, and then you got energy coming in from here, DC and AC, and it's a little different than just a regular
Now, if anybody did any work inside the house, you know, like, say, some electrical thing, you'd have to turn this off, right?
To be safe, you would want to turn that off. You would want to you make sure the disconnect is off.
Yeah.
And then the way that you're going to turn it off is you're going to click off, toggle switch first, this off, then throw that off. And then when you turn it on, you do the opposite. You start here, throw power to it, then click the toggle switch, then turn the button.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So 160 seconds left, and then this baby's going to be up and producing.
That's good.
Server's up and running. Signal is looking good on the cellular. I mean, I think you were producing, because this month it shows 4.41 kilowatt hours. So today 192 watt hours. So yeah, you were producing. So the lights, when they're blinking, depending on speed, they mean certain different things.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't have to be solid.
Essentially, you want it to be solid as when it's correct. Or if there was something like an upgrade available, maybe that's why it was blinking. It was like blinking at different speed. But typically when you walk out here, you'll see the blue light solid and the green light solid, and that's when everything's good.
Okay.
On your app, that's when you also...
the blue light is probably the communication.
Exactly.
Okay, yep.
So the important one is the green one. We want to make sure it's produced. The server can go up and down every once in a while.
Right.
That's fine. The information will fill back in after that happens.
Right.
But the solid green light is what we want to see solid, because that's going to be the productivity the way that it's supposed to be.
And if the light is ever red, it means there's
something
wrong.
That's a fault, essentially, is what it means.
Okay.
And then we would want to look into that.
Right.
And then it could be as simple as doing a reset and then turning it back on.
Right.
Or, you know, let them take a look into it remotely and see if it's just a
software
upgrade hung up. It's like a computer. Like
I know.
Once in a while, it does need the refresher, just a reset. Get itself
shut
back.
it down and turn it on again.
Exactly. It's going to happen often. That's an every once in a while possible thing. Nothing crazy. But we're here to answer your call and walk you through anything if something like that were to happen, and take over from there. They're going to be out here to clean the system. Once a year, they're going to do the panel maintenance program, touch base with you, inspect the system.
Is it once a year or
overall?
Twice a year, I thought they said.
But for the first 5 years, it's once a year, and then, or I mean, if you spoke about something different and you added something in there, but the regular program is once a year for the first 5 years. If you want us to do it, you want us to do it after that 5 years, it's semi-annual. And they come out twice a year, and then it's like $20 a month or $15 a month or something like that. And how was the office support for you? If you ever had to go back and forth with them?
Very good. My wife just called when we got that installed, and they said, all you got to do is turn this on, turn that on. And
Perfect.
Push the little switch underneath, and you're all set. They said, whatever. So it was great. Yep.
Just finishing up here, and this blinking green is going to go solid here in just a moment. And that's what we should see on a daily basis. Blue is that communication line working the way it's
Yep.
supposed to be.
Yeah, it looks like it is.
Green,
Yeah.
solid green, producing exactly the way that it's supposed to be. No upgrade needed
Yep,
to be done.
yep.
No software needs
Wow.
to be upgraded at this time. We've already done that, activated, and now 208 today instead of 192, and that'll just keep climbing today. 215.
Right.
Now we're just going to keep on. And write anything down. We can always call, and we'll be able to answer any other questions
Yeah.
and things like that too. But if it is possible, we could do this little testimonial video, or just basically
sure.
say, oh, wow, you made the switch from, and you can stand in front. Hey, Grace.
Yep.
As far as how it works.
Cool. Wow.
Take a cool little video.
Yep.
Hard to see because then you can kind of cruise
Yep.
around, and you do like a little change the.
That is neat.
I'm still learning kind of how to fly it, but.
Yeah. Oh wow. That's neat though.
Wild. And they'll edit it and clean it up a little bit before
Yeah.
they proof, which is a good thing for me.
Yeah.
'Cause I can break things pretty easily. For some reason I'm good at that.
Come on down.
Yeah. I just kind of take a little.
That is cool though. Oh, it's taking off on us.
Yeah.
I'm only kidding.
All in the wind.
Yeah.
Then I'll just
Maybe if I get on the other side of you.
Yeah, you might. It's even hard for me to see.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah.
Let me just kind of hit the this, slide this, and then all of a sudden it's just gonna
Oh yeah, it's coming back.
go right on back to where it came from.
Yeah. Right overhead. Huh. Huh. Jeez. Unbelievable. That's great.
Huh?
Yeah. Well, you did a good job, Sean.
Yeah, not too shabby. I didn't break it. So,
Yep, that's right.
As long as I didn't break it, we're good.
Yep.
Awesome.
Great.
Comes right back to right where it took off.